Hello. If you ask different people how many sci-fi genres with the suffix punk are there, you will get very different answers. Ranging from one, to a few, to a gazillion. I personally believe there's only two, steampunk and cyberpunk, with the rest being subgenres of those. That is because those two go against the romanticization of the past and future respectively. This is the core, with each subgenre dealing with a different form of technology, and a different institution or societal issue. Also, each of those two has two main subgenres that feel a lot more like variations, due to not being as niche as some others. The younger siblings of the main genres in a way. For steampunk those are dieselpunk and atompunk. And for cyberpunk, they are solarpunk and biopunk. And it is these two I would like to talk about, as I love their concepts more than any other sci-fi with punk in its name, despite the lack of representation. Solarpunk is cyberpunk's mirror in a way. Instead of being about the dystopian future you should strive to avoid, it's about the utopian future you should strive towards. The technology is based on renewable eco-friendly energy sources, mostly solar, hence the name. The society is formed around small local communities instead of multinational megacorporations. Human residence, be it a small cabin or a massive megalopolis, always has nature integrated into it. Though ideally it is the buildings that should be integrated into the nature, but that's a small issue. And the aesthetic, oh boy do I love the solarpunk aesthetic. It can range from cozy farmsteads to bustling high-tech arcologies. All while borrowing from the most gorgeous architectural styles to have ever existed, making it appear almost dreamlike. But by far the best thing about solarpunk is what it offers. The promise of an achievable better future. The idea that people can work to make things better and it will actually happen. Hope, basically. I was a big fan of this back when I actually had faith in humanity, but nowadays I freaking crave it. I want to believe that people actually can pull this off and that the stupid people I often find myself arguing with are not representing the majority, despite what recent elections in my country and abroad have shown me. Wow, I almost got real there for a second. Let's move on to biopunk. When most people think of biopunk they think cyberpunk but fleshy. Technology made of meat and viscera instead of circuits and wires. And it certainly can be that, but it doesn't necessarily have to. The only criteria for something to be biopunk is to explore the concept of genetic modification and its impact on the world. That is so broad it can, and does, include all kinds of works. I didn't mention any examples of solarpunk stories because I legit couldn't think of any. With biopunk on the other hand there's too many to list them all. My favorite movie of all time, and 3/4 of my favorite books of all time, are all biopunk. And so are my favorite MTG faction, my favorite Batman villain, and my second favorite video game. I definitely have a type. So after having said all this, why do I think solarpunk and biopunk are underrated? The answer is different for each one. For solarpunk it can be due to how young this concept is. At least compared to the other sci-fi punks. I also agree with the explanation Dami Lee gave in her video Solarpunk Cities, Our Last Hope. She basically said that acknowledging societal problems, cyberpunk, is easy, while working to fix said problems, solarpunk, is hard. And as someone who would rather make crappy low-effort videos about fictional things instead of taking action to fix my personal problems that I am very well aware of, I am a living example of her hypothesis. Okay, but biopunk can't be underrated, right? So many famous media franchises fit the criteria and are loved by millions, if not billions of people. Except those are usually seen as something else instead. In an ironic twist of fate, biopunk is so flexible and adaptable that its elements are often added in stories and settings that fall under a different genre. Altered Carbon? Cyberpunk? Fallout? Atompunk? The Leviathan Trilogy? Either steampunk or dieselpunk, depending on who you ask. Pokémon the first movie? Fantasy? Even Jurassic Park, which is pure biopunk in its very core, is generically referred to as sci-fi the vast majority of the time. Also, due to its adaptability, biopunk doesn't really know what it is rebelling against. Is it corporations? The government? The empire? The state? It's all and none, depending on the genre that hires it. Finally, both solarpunk and biopunk feel a lot more distant and harder to relate to than the other ones. Steampunk is based on the Victorian period. Its derivatives, dieselpunk and atompunk, are based on the interwar period and post-war period respectively. All those are well-defined eras of the past that people of today know and can use as a guide. Cyberpunk is technically the future, but its future is so close to the present that everyone just sees them as one and the same. But when are solarpunk or biopunk? Nobody knows and nobody can tell. Solarpunk is post-cyberpunk, so I assume it's meant to take place after the cyberpunk era, present and near future, comes to pass. That's what I tried to do in my first original sci-fi work. As for biopunk, that one's literally all over the place. Biopunk works can take place in the past, the near future, the far future, an alternate present, or even a fantasy world completely unrelated to ours. Due to its aforementioned parasitic implementation. What connection do people of today have with either of those? Or any era yet to come for that matter? Then again, as long as people continue to make science fiction, both of these genres have a chance to be seen and appreciated for what they truly are. Maybe as society changes, people start to prefer different vibes in their stories. Both fiction and reality keep changing, and what feels distant and foreign one day might appear relatable and approachable the other. These are all future settings, and it is there that I think they will find themselves. So that was it for this video. I know people have been watching some of my content recently, so if you find yourself here, tell me your opinion. What are your favorite sci-fi genres with punk in their names? And what do you think of the ones I like? I'll try to upload again, but no promises. Goodbye.